Dialing in your short irons can be a real game changer when it comes to lowering the scores. Make these simple tweaks to perform better with your 8-9 wedge and even sand wedge with your approach play. So a couple of small tweaks. So with a normal iron shot, we would go shoulder width to stance and probably 7-9 ball in the centre. What I'm going to ask you to do is let your arms hang like this and let your fingers point straight down. Make sure those fingers now are on the outer edges of your feet. Feet still flared, but we're going for a fractionally narrower stance than we would do a 7-iron or a 6-iron or a 5-iron. And when it comes to a driver, obviously we'd go wider again. So the stance is changing 3 times in terms of width during the set, or 4 times including short game if you like. But we are making it go narrower. Now normally with your weight we'd have it 50-50 in terms of pressure. What I'm going to ask you to do is go 55 stroke 60% pressure on the lead foot. And the reason I say 55 stroke 60, I think with an 8-iron, 9-iron I'm happy with 55. If you're hitting the wedge, go 60. But we're certainly going to load a little bit more pressure on that lead foot to help encourage our low point to be later and hit down on the golf ball more, and the narrow stance does the same. The narrow stance also reduces the speed a little bit, so it gives us again a little bit more element of control without sort of guiding the ball. We never want to see you kind of quit on shots or guide shots. We want to be quite aggressive. That really is the setup changes we're going to make. Now in terms of the swinging action, what I want you to do is feel that the swing is slightly restricted. So when we swing back, I want to feel there's a slight smaller pressure shift, there's slightly less head movement to the trail side. So almost feeling that the head stays a bit more on the middle to front edge of the golf ball. We feel like the turn is probably about 90% compared to what it would be with a long iron. So we might rotate our shoulders or our thoracic spine about 85 degrees. Normally with tour pros, they would go between kind of 85 and 110 degrees. So somewhere around about 85 degrees. And the swing length will be probably just shy of parallel. Now the through swing, I'm looking for you again to make it feel like the hands stay this side of your head. Don't let your hands come past your head. And the rotation with your right shoulder feels like it stops before it gets completely to target. But we try and stay in our tilted inclination. So we try and feel that we are narrower, shorter, less weight transfer, more Tommy Fleetwood-ish, and a bit more kind of punchy feeling. So narrow stance, still feet flared. What I feel then is staying on that position and Tommy Fleetwood style finish. And we're after nice crispy divots, solid shots, consistent flight every single time if we can. Narrow, weight left. Just slightly undercooked swings. Focus on just that throwing the club to target, but feeling that that weight is certainly more static. A smaller range with less movement. I'm really feeling that it's a kind of a punchy kind of undercooked swing. The Masters has just been on TV. I don't know when this will be launched, the video, but you would have seen quite a few of the guys, particularly into holes like 12, this kind of style swing. Almost just taking a few yards off the club, but really getting the element of the directional control and contact control to be the massive thing, the massive key to what they wanted.